Hey guys, welcome back to another big movie review here on Mcubed Show about all things fantasy sci-fi. As always, I'm your host, Schmook. Within these past few weeks, we had a huge movie come out titled Dune, directed by Denis Villeneuve. And movie's epic. It's totally awesome. And again, like a lot of people are comparing it to be like a new Star Wars / Lord of the Rings type of series. Like it could be that next big thing. I think it has potential to be. Based off the first movie, I don't know if I'd go that far, but it's definitely an excellent movie. I don't think Denis Villeneuve has made anything wrong. Of course, I'm a big fan of his work, with my three favorites of his being Prisoners as my number one favorite, probably followed by Blade Runner 2049, and then finishing out my top three with Enemy. All three I think are excellent. Two of those star one of my favorite actors working today, Jake Gyllenhaal, and of course one of my other favorite actors working today with Hugh Jackman, which both those actors are in Prisoners. That's why that's my favorite one. So I love both those actors. But anyway, this is a Dune review. But of course, Denis Villeneuve has excellent movies. Like Arrival's really good as well. But anyway, so Dune, is it on par with being like a new Star Wars or Lord of the Rings? I don't know. But I've seen the movie. It's a long movie, but it's a dope looking movie. Like of course, see it on the biggest screen you can. Like of course, it's on HBO Max. If you want to just chill at home and turn it on, you easily can if you have a good surround sound and a solid TV. But the visuals are outstanding in this movie. One of the best looking movies I've ever seen. It makes me think of, like, Blade Runner 2049 is also on that level, also directed by Denis Villeneuve. But Dune has a super cast, right? You have Timothée Chalamet, who plays our main character, Paul. We also have Rebecca Ferguson, who's a solid actress. She's in the Mission Impossible movies as well as The Greatest Showman. We have Zendaya, who is honestly not in that movie that much, which I'm very shocked about. But of course, she's going to be probably the second main lead with Timothée Chalamet as Paul in Dune Part 2, which was confirmed to come out roughly the same time in October in 2023. So we got to wait now less than 2 years. Still a while away, but 2 years is a good time frame. Like, of course, I would have liked it if they just filmed both back to back, like in the style of Lord of the Rings, where they just did it all outright, where it could have just came out a year later. But of course, we can't always get what we want because studio wants to make money from this. But of course, they're making big bucks, honestly, from this. It's one of the biggest movies of the year. But again, we have to wait 2 years. But I think the second part will be better for many reasons. I think there's going to be a lot more action. Like, this is definitely more of like a political sci-fi type of movie, which I enjoyed. I like. We get this whole more of like this religious thing as well, a part of it. It's like a definitely political, like, philosophy as well as like a theological type of movie, where of course you have this main character who's like a savior, right? Like a Jesus type of character, right? Where he's supposed to be like this chosen one, where he has this like foresight where he can actually see into the future, which is pretty interesting. And a lot of the visions he has are all going to be coming fulfilled within Part 2. We got to realize that we had one completely fulfilled within this movie, where another main characters, who's also a superstar with Jason Momoa, like Paul has a vision of him dying earlier on in the movie, which he does at the end of the movie, where he has an epic battle. Oh, we also have Paul's father, who's played by Oscar Isaac. He's I liked his character. I wish he was in it more. Same with Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista is actually in this movie, but he only has like maybe max 5 minutes of screen time, and I think that's even being generous. We also have the Baron, who is played by Stellan Skarsgård. He had a very menacing like portrayal in this, and he's huge. He's like this huge fat man who's like basically like a leader of like an empire type thing. I don't know all the fine details of Dune, because I don't know all the ins and outs of this world. You know, like I don't know the lore. I need to read the book. I think I'm gonna try to make sure I read it before Part 2 comes out. I think I'm gonna for sure do that so I can kind of have a better idea of what this world is like. I think they do a good job of explaining it, but I also don't think they do the best job of explaining like the main purpose of this thing, of the story, where the main purpose is they're going to this one planet, like of course like the sandy planet, like the dunes, right? And they're trying to get this drug, which is called spice, right? And for some reason, this drug is how you can achieve hyperspace travel, and it's like a fuel. And they want to try to obtain this fuel. So they're all going to go to this planet to try to steal it from the residents there. And I don't know, it's an interesting storyline, and of course you add in like the savior element, and as well as the political backdrop. like between all these different clans and empires, and they're all trying to, it's like a lot of different fascists, like I want to say monarchies, right? But they're fascists, like dictatorships of some sort, right? And like basically ruled by a certain family, because once like Paul's dad dies, he's now the leader of their foundation, right? But I don't know, it's an interesting movie. I feel like it could be very confusing for some people, and you really have to listen to the dialogue. And I feel like you can get kind of lose track of the dialogue when looking at the visuals as well as hearing the score. And the score is magnificent. Hans Zimmer brings his A game every time. Like, I love this score. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Dune. I liked it a lot. Again, I just don't think it's that next huge thing. But of course, it's one of the most anticipated movies of this year. It was one of mine. It's probably my second most anticipated film, only behind Spider-Man, because, I mean, of course, it's Spider-Man. We're going to get Toby, Andrew, and Tom in that movie. Yeah, I guess that's really it for Dune, though. All right, I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about Dune, and, again, I'm mostly just really looking forward to Part 2, and because I feel like once Part 2's out, this is definitely something that could be like you watch Part 1 and then you watch Part 2 immediately after, you know, because I think it'll just follow directly where we leave off. And that's when I think I'll have a better understanding of Dune and what this story is fully about. But yeah, I look forward to hearing what you guys think. So make sure to leave your comments down below. Make sure to like and subscribe as well if you like our content, and also to make our content out there more. So, all right, hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch y'all very soon. Bye bye.